Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Romney Smith at WTOC for The News Now. This is where we bring you quick updates of stories that we're working on for you right now. We're on various platforms. That includes our website, our apps on WTOC, Amazon Fire, Roku, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So thank you very much just for taking a few minutes of your afternoon to join us. Right now, the big story that we're working on is a student in Appling County that's suffering from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. That is breaking news that happened a little bit earlier today at Appling High School. We know we've seen some people saying it happened around the school. It happened inside the school. For those of you who aren't familiar with the area, it's in Baxley. You see a map of it right there on your screen. WTOC's Dal Kennedy is at the school right now, and he has been for several hours. He has the very latest information on what the situation is and why officials aren't calling it a suicide attempt.
Some tense moments for Appling County High students this morning led to hours of anxiety for the parents. A school resource officer found a student suffering a gunshot wound in one of the restrooms here at Appling County High around 9:30 this morning. The school went under lockdown. In talking with investigators, they would not specifically say it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound, but they do not feel anyone else is involved and no one else did the shooting. That student was rushed out for medical treatment, flown to Savannah for treatment. We are waiting on word of their condition now, but the school was on lockdown for several hours. Lots of parents were outside hoping to get their students out, looking for information. We were able to put some of that information out on Facebook earlier today from law enforcement. We are still trying to gather information throughout the day, and we'll have the latest for you online, on social media, as well as on television this afternoon on The News. In Baxley, Dal Kennedy, WTOC News.
Appling County High School system has posted multiple updates on Facebook to keep everyone in the loop. The school released students at 12:30 this afternoon. They've also canceled all after-school activities. If anything changes in regard to Appling County High School or any of the other schools, we will certainly let you know. Again, for those of you who are just joining us, there is a male student at Appling County High School who is suffering from a self-inflicted gunshot wound right now. We are not calling it a suicide attempt because they have not confirmed that that's what this is. However, we have confirmed that there are no suspects and they don't believe anyone else is involved. So you have one male student and a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was immediately taken to a hospital. We're working to update his condition right now at this time. I see a lot of you guys on Facebook saying it's heartbreaking. You're praying for the family and that everyone is okay. As soon as we get an update on that student's condition, we will certainly let you know. Again, anyone who has a student at Appling County High School, they were released at 12:30. All after-school activities are canceled for today. We'll let you know if anything for tomorrow is different, but certainly a very concerning situation happening in our area. We also want to touch on some different things, a lot more other breaking news, this time on the national scale. Do you remember the white police officer who shot and killed a black neighbor in Dallas? That officer has been fired. Dallas Police Chief Renee Hall fired Amber Geiger after an internal investigation determined the former officer, quote, engaged in adverse conduct when she was arrested on manslaughter charges. Earlier this month, Geiger, who is a 4-year veteran of the force, was arrested in the deadly shooting of 26-year-old Botham Jean. She told investigators that she confused his apartment for her apartment and fired 2 shots. He died from 1 gunshot wound to his torso. Neighbors also gave conflicting accounts of what happened. So that's some national news we're following for you right now. Also, in other news, there looks to be a potential shakeup in politics. Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein on his way to the White House, expecting to be fired, according to CBS News. They say he has not resigned at this point, but the news comes after the New York Times reported last week that Rosenstein brought up the 25th Amendment and taping the president, something a Justice Department official said was done in humor, jokingly. Now, should Rosenstein actually resign or be fired, oversight of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's Russian investigation would be passed on to the Solicitor General, Noel Francisco, according to the DOJ. So a lot going on the national scale as well. You guys still giving lots of thoughts and prayers to that student who had a self-inflicted gunshot wound in Appling County. Another comment on a national story, Latricia Brown saying she needs to be convicted of murder, that in reference to the white female Dallas police officer who killed a black neighbor. That officer has been fired, was fired today. All right, switching gears. Time for a quick look at weather with WTOC meteorologist Keller Martin. And yes, we're talking rain chances again.
hours around, even lunchtime. Just a heads up, if you had some sort of outdoor business get together, lunch, you wanted it on the patio, there will be a little bit of rain to contend with. Just check radar and the WTOC weather app, or you can stream the news at noon, bottom of the app, before booking that seat outside. Beginning of the evening commute, I think pretty dry across the Savannah Metro. A couple isolated showers, but further inland, rain showers definitely on radar. 7:30 to 8 o'clock, sun angle gets lower, the temperature gets cooler, and we will begin to drop the rain chance. Tuesday, Wednesday looking a little drier, but there is more rain in the extended forecast. Scattered variety. We'll keep you updated on that. Of course, extended forecast here in the app.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We certainly appreciate your time. That's all for now. We're going to be back at 3 o'clock with another digital update for you. Until then, you can reach us online at WTOC.com or our social media pages. See you later.